I think I gave a lot of the update. We're going to try and organize the committee meeting. Anybody can make it Thursday night, but those are for our committee members if you can make it. But we've given the update already. I think, again, we had a very nice function recently.
Where would the update, the meeting be? Here?
My house. Program administrator. So, program administrator. John Goodwin, as we know, left. We have a resolution for this, Hope? I think we should, right? Yeah. So basically, the idea is to replace John Goodwin with this gentleman, Greg Curso. I've met with him. We met with about 25 candidates. He was head and shoulder above the rest. I don't know if anybody, we offered to have him meet with people. I don't think anybody.
No, I tried, actually. I was supposed to meet with him last Friday, but he was apparently in Washington.
Okay. So you can talk to him over the phone.
I didn't speak to him over the phone. I didn't think that was going to
Sorry. I had to take a flyer.
I even offered morning or evening I met with him last Friday.
I know you were trying to get together.
And even the Tuesday before, but he decided he'd rather go to Washington and meet me. So that's okay.
I tried to call him to get him here tonight, and I missed him too. Hopefully he's still interested in the position.
You're going to be his boss.
My wife showed really good in the job.
He's very good. He's a former, he's actually retired. He worked with the Yonkers City on their planning commission. He's a numbers guy. We actually asked people to come up with a recommendation how they would help us analyze the need for fundamentally changing tax dynamic. Came up with some good suggestions. So I'd like to propose that we approve hiring Mr. Curso on a part-time basis. He's capped out at $30,000 a year. Carol, and so can I get a motion to approve?
I have one question.
Yes, please.
Before we close the debate, would he be able to be helpful or productive in the area of capital budgeting?
Yes.
And in facilities? I mean,
yes,
a lot of this, a lot of this I see, we have.
Actually, he would be.
We have terrific work.
Yeah.
As set forth in the resolution, we have a lot of terrific people working on those areas, but, that might be something to really put into work.
Well, the one thing John was very good at was supporting, I think, some of the other departments, and the whole idea is for him to do the same thing, and clearly capital budgeting be something we can assign him. He's very numerate.
All right, that's where we need, perhaps we could bring that in-house, because it's a big job.
Well, I don't think he'd be able to do the whole thing,
No.
But he certainly can facilitate some of it. Yes.
So how many hours is he going to work and how many days a week?
I'm thinking he's going to, he's capped out at $30,000. So right. Basically I'm expecting, so he's going to be part-time, so that could be absolutely full-time.
Right.
So he may work 1 week 5 days and another week 0 days. It's going to depend a little bit on the workload.
Well, just for his $2,500 a month, we're not going to give like a specific number of days. It doesn't matter how he works his days, but shouldn't he give us a specific number?
Yes.
Okay.
Michelle, you're right. I don't think it's necessarily the days as much as the hours. So you're probably looking at less than 60 hours a month.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know if you wanted to include that in the resolution.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. I mean, is he on retainer? I mean...
It's getting late here, ladies and gentlemen. No, absolutely.
Well, maybe you should do this. It'll be no less than 15 hours.
What we can do...
It would be no less than 15 hours a week.
What we should prorate...
No more than $22.5.
$57,000 was what we had budgeted, what we were paying Goodwin, and everybody we interviewed with, we said we would do the same thing. So we have to divide that by what's the number of work days in a year? 222?
Well,
and divide it. I'd rather do by days.
No,
so
but I'm saying this gentleman,
he
can only get $30,000 per a 12-month period.
Right.
Okay, so he's not getting what the other, or John goes down. He's getting less.
But what I'm saying, Paul, is what's 57,000 divided by 222?
I bought my calculator.
That's the number of work days in a year.
That's the assessor's calculator. That's how he did Goldie's assessment.
Why is it 222? Is that the number?
Calculator.
250. Hold on,
actually. Only has one number in it, by the way.
250.
228.
The highest one he can.
So the guy's going to work 228 days. Divide that by 12.
The magic calculator. Mitchell Markowitz. Magic.
19.
Yeah, so it's 19, he should be working 19 days a month.
We're all getting punchy here.
19 days a month?
No, it's got to be more than 19 days a month.
Doesn't sound right.
19 days a
there's
month. A
only-
month is 22
No, but the whole,
days.
Yeah,
22
that's
work
right.
days.
the whole thing is that you're talking about 19 days a month. If you're just looking at the actual hours. But what we said earlier is that this gentleman is going to have some kind of a flex schedule.
Right.
So one week it could be 15 hours that week. The next week could be 10, and then the week after that could be 20. So you've
So you
got to
gotta put
focus in on
time
these
for
hours.
hours instead of days, right?
Correct.
Well, why don't we say hours
He's
per
a
month?
part-time person.
I think
I don't want,
hours per month
I want
there.
days, sorry, days.
What do you want?
Sorry,
But he's not working a full day. What about hours
did you
per
do
month?
365 minus 104?
What's wrong with hours per month? That's what he's really doing.
It's more like 11 days a month.
261, and then give him 10 days vacation, so 250, that's right, yeah.
It's about 11 days.
So what do we say, 57,000 divided by 250 is what?
Yeah.
3 days a week.
Yeah, it's about 11 days, 12 days a month.
Divided by what? 250?
250, yeah.
228,
So that's 228 days we were expecting, right?
right?
And then, actually, sorry, that would be 57,000, so we should then multiply that by 30 divided by 57.
Times 30 divided by 57, 120.
120, right, so it's 10 days a month, right. So 10 days a month would be the right thing, yeah. So 10 days a month.
No less than, let's say.
No less than 10 days a month.
Okay.
Quite frankly, we fully expect all of our
10.
employees to work overtime, and all of them do. And so 10 days is the minimum.
That'd be 80 hours.
So we'll say a minimum of 10 days a month.
divided
Oh,
by-
Joe, you're really, Mr.
Four.
Supervisor, you really...
So that's 20
almost too
hours a
little.
week.
You're saying he's making, basically, if it's a full-time job, it's 57,000, but he's getting 30,000. Is that correct?
Right.
So 30 divided by 57 is greater than 50%.
Right.
So my understanding that a standard work month is 22 days.
Okay.
So he really should be...
So let's do 30 divided by 57 times 22.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then, yes, of course, in holidays and vacations and so on, but...
So 52% times 22. It's 11 and a half days.
Yeah, I mean,
So let's say 12 days a month. I think that, it sounds a little... look, at the end of the day, the guy, quite frankly, I think 12 days a month is a good number.
But one other thing, Mr. Supervisor, are you anticipating that he's working a full day? Is that the
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not,
Oh.
as opposed to, many days, a part-time day. The expectation is he'll be here a whole day when he's working?
So that's
Yes.
96
Okay,
hours a
that's
month.
fine.
And the thing is, he has a
It's 24 hours a week.
sort of
More than
was it a
part-time.
foundation he works with, Bishop? He has
Yeah,
about
he
1 or
works-
2 days a week that he needs to be there.
He works with a civic group.
Civic group.
At least 2 days a week.
Right. And so, my expectation is basically 3 days a week, 12 days a month. That's about right. And quite frankly, if he can't do it, we'll find somebody else. It's pretty straightforward. So 12 days a month, I think, is good. Thank you, Councilman Gelfarb, for pulling that together.
All right.
I mean, basically, I know this sounds a little haphazard, but quite frankly, everybody that we've hired that works with the town of Rye, I mean, Mr. Nwandik puts in regularly 60, 70-hour weeks. Mr. Noto, I know, is working, 60-hour weeks. Mr. Terenzi, Mr. Burns are working, tirelessly for the town and putting lots of time and effort. I know Mr. Markowitz,
Never.
our now number 2 assessor, is working, long hours. So and the parks guys, I really know town clerk Vespia puts in, regularly 50, 60-hour weeks, and the parks department is really gotten motivated. And then Mr. Mecca, the same kind of thing. Mr. Mecca and his team. So for me, the 12 days is a minimum, but I'm fully expecting that this gentleman perform in the same fashion everybody else is in the town of Rock.
Mr. Supervisor, I'd like to make a motion that we accept this
Second.
resolution.
Oh, second.
Second.
Okay.
As amended, or?
As amended.
As amended, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for that amendment, Councilman.
Alrighty.
All right, let's try and get through the rest of this.
Oh, what's the amendment, by the way? Motion?
12 days.
What is it? No less than 12 days a month?
Correct.
Okay, look, I can. We've been this homestead-based proportion. It's just it's an automatic thing. Can't we just vote? No, we don't have. You don't have to talk about it.
Yes.
Can't we just vote these 4 homestead-based?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
Okay.